So my job today is to take the valve covers off, the rockers off, the push rods out, because...
Well, it's got a vacuum leak. It won't idle. It runs like it's got a bad vacuum leak. And this thing, whoever ported these heads cut all the way into the push rod tubes on 2 of the intake ports. And I have a sneaking suspicion that there's 1 more or 2 more that have been cut. I fixed 2 of them already. I sleeved them. So we're gonna look for another one. The thing runs okay at like quarter throttle, but anything less than that, it just will not run. And if you put a vacuum gauge on it, it never has vacuum. So, and considering we already have these problems, that's what we're looking for. If we don't find anything wrong there, I'm gonna pull the intake back off and see if it's still in that well. It's got a bad vacuum leak somewhere.
So let's get to it. Let's become one with the engine.
Here, you can use this with that little ratchet. Once you get them right loose, but that extension's gonna drop that socket, so be careful.
This little ratchet?
Yeah.
You should take a picture of me. Oh.
No!
Okay.
I'm like actually doing things that's like making money.
Our plan for this video was to be a happy and short 30 to 45 minute update. Yay, this runs now video, but the International had other plans. As you will see as the video goes on, we become pretty frustrated and even bummed out at times over having to come so many obstacles that were purely budget related. We decided to leave our raw emotions in because not every build goes the way you want it to. In the end, it worked out enough that we could finally drive the truck out of the shop, but we still have various issues to sort. Thank you guys for watching. Hope you enjoyed. In telling you guys this, we hope that it inspires someone to get out there and build something. Even if your budget is small, you can work wonders with patience, good attitude, and a lot of swap meet, Facebook Marketplace, and Summit clearance parts.
So we pulled all the push rods and investigated, and I don't see anything wrong. I went down there with a pick looking for any cracks that I could feel, but I put some air in the intake with the throttle blades closed, and it comes out right here. I feel it. Let me get a piece of... Is it on the other side too? Is it on the other side too? So we definitely have an intake leak. Joker's stuck.
Yeah.
Something just flat doesn't line up.
Yeah.
Grab the other side of that and lift up on it. Let's come over there. It's stuck in the silicones.
And like trying to get them around that.
I really want to set this thing on the ground. I'm sick of trying to like work on this up here. We're going to have to take that distributor out to put this back.
Yeah.
I'm real annoyed about that because I had the timing where I liked it.
Stuck.
There was nothing wrong with my silicone application.
That's for sure.
I think the intake's just been ported too much.
There's not a lot of gasket sealing surfaces?
Yeah, because the intake...
Right there's
Whoever... See, this intake's been ported a lot. I didn't do that. But that's what's wrong with it. It's going to be aggravating because I got to keep this held up here and I don't have the little tabs to do it.
Oh, well, they're bent down right now.
it doesn't matter. I gotta install this upside down. So if I install it this way, it sits too low.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna install these gaskets upside down. But I gotta cut them little tabs off the top so they'll ride up just a touch more. And I don't reckon them holes go anywhere. No, them holes don't go anywhere, so that don't matter. Alright, if y'all seen previously, my intake ports don't line up. The heads are milled, they're ported and polished. The intake has been ported. This is all swap meet stuff. None of this stuff matches, but we're broke, so this is what we're using. I know they make gaskets that are made different than stock ones for this, but I don't have those. The parts store had these. So I'm going to install them upside down, and that will run this surface high enough to catch my intake. Should, in theory. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut these little tabs off so they'll go up about another 1/8 inch. Then I'm going to glue her in place with silicone, put our intake on. I don't know what else to do at this point. Like I don't have any other options. It's not really the right way to do it, but it's the way we're doing it.
Nice scissors.
Well, they work very good for that exact thing. I have 2 almost empty tubes of silicone. We're gonna make that work too, so we ain't gonna bind no more right now.
This is one of those days where we've been to the parts store like 4 times so far.
Yeah, and we still don't have stuff to work with.
And not just for this, but like for customer job over there that we're trying to finish up. It's Friday, so there's like 3 days before Christmas. Christmas is on Monday. So shop's a disaster.
It's a mess. Alright, I gotta make a big old bead of silicone. And no, I do not use the copper or the cork in gaskets. Ever. I've never had this method leak. And I fixed a whole bunch of them for customers that were leaking that had rubber or cork in gaskets. So we're gonna keep using the like pencil-sized bead of silicone because that's what I've had luck with.
Look at that nice, fat, juicy line.
Yep. There's a little divot right here that I don't like. So we're just gonna put a little more right on top. So I might do that across the whole thing. That way if this does sit up a little higher than we expect it to, it'll have a little extra. Man, this one's not gonna be as pretty as the other one.
I'll leave them so nice. There it goes.
Yeah, we're gonna run a little bead on top too, just because it makes me feel better. As long as there's no gaps in it, it'll seal. All right. Yeah, those run all the way to the top. I like it. And the water jackets look covered good. Water jacket's covered good. I'm gonna put some silicone on the top side too. I do not want it to leak water. Yes, I know you're supposed to install these gaskets dry too, guys. This is not a typical build. If this was a stock motor with a stock intake, I wouldn't be having any of these problems anyway. I'm trying to make junk work with junk. But if y'all would like to sponsor us, or donate some money so we can build nicer stuff, there's multiple ways y'all can send us money. I hope that the center part where those exhaust crossovers are doesn't leak.
Because it's a different shape now that it's flipped.
I'm going to. It ain't gonna leak on the bottom. I'm gonna fill these voids with silicone, just in case. Probably not necessary. And I do not condone doing stuff this way. But I always say mechanics drive the worst cars. Oh, our intake don't even have the crossovers, and it's got a full piece, so that wouldn't have mattered anyway. Where's these the bolts? Look at there, I lined it up perfect first try. I'm gonna use these factory correct bolts on the four corners. I think I have some sketchy whatever bolts. I also felt like I'd be better off to put this battery cable not on the back corner. That's where the water jacket is, and I think if we're going to be messing around with this, taking it back off, it'd be in my best interest to have it here. Plus it reaches the battery better. I'm gonna put all these sketchy two short bolts in the middle because they're right beside another one. And use the factory bolts in all the places where it actually matters if it's tight. a 1/2 inch self ratchet, but it'll work.
Did you see somebody out there or you just...
Oh, I thought I did, and then I realized that maybe I didn't. When I tighten these intakes, I always like to just pull them down nice and easy, and a whole bunch of passes. Don't ever tighten any one bolt too far till you get all the rest tightened. And I've generally had a real good success rate with intakes, except this one, because it sucks. We have a tunnel ram for 2.4s that's for a short deck small block, and we also have a set of nice machined Cleveland heads, and they make adapters to put that small block intake on those heads. I really want to build that and put it in here just because it'll be cool, but I'm going to have to completely redo the steering arrangement because the cylinder head's going to be here. Well, I don't know. If we go to a shorter deck block, that might actually not be too bad.
Where did we picked that up at a swap meet too? What swap meet was that?
What?
The intake? Or the...
No, one of my customers called me and said he had that intake. Customer called me. Said, I've got an intake for a small block Ford. I'll take $75 for it if you want it. And I asked him what it was, and he was like, it's an aluminum intake, it's aftermarket. And I was like, hey, I'll take it, whatever. I didn't care what it was. Man brings me a Wind, like, tunnel ram for 2.4s.
Is it Y-end or Y-end?
I don't know, I don't care.
I saw somebody on their gasser and it said say Y-end.
Yeah, the old magazine articles said say Y-end. But I used to call it that, and I had 47 people correct me and tell me it's Wind. So.
Salmon or salmon?
Yeah, it's salmon. There's an L in salmon. We ain't going back there.
That's for you, Patrick.
Salmon has an L in it. It's salmon. Now, if we were up north, it would be salmon. But we're southern. It is salmon. And you eat it fried. Alright, now we wait.
Wee. Okay.
So now we're doing the same test that we were doing earlier, and it holds pressure. We're actually blowing vapor back through the carb. If you... I need a rag.
There's a...
I just want to show that it doesn't leak.
Scratching my paint.
You ain't got no paint. Yeah, now... I'll lay my rag here. I got something coming from somewhere.
Yeah.
What is that? The vacuum leak on the bottom of the carb right here. I thought it was coming from here. I need to be up here.
Shoot.
Something over here about this carb. About this choke heater or something leaks a little bit.
So the bottom though is better?
Yeah. Oh, I was trying to see. Let me put some gas in there.
Oh.
Stop it. Oh, the float opened. Alright, I'm happy with that. I thought it was like another one of them push rod holes, but I don't think so. So we're gonna call that good. We're gonna let everything dry. And tonight we're gonna start this again, and hopefully it just works. If it don't work now, we're gonna take this whole motor out and we're gonna throw it out in the yard. And we're gonna put something different in here.
LS, swap it.
I will not LS swap it. I've got a roller block 302.
Or if any of you guys are watching, since everybody says that they're boat anchors, if anybody wants to send us a couple of like 400s, you know.
Or 351 modifieds.
You know, we'll take those.
I love the modifieds. That's what's in my blue truck. Or if somebody out there has some weird, radical, crazy engine they'd like to see in this thing, if they want to donate it, I'll probably put it in here as long as it makes as much power as this one. That's my requirements. It's got to make as much power as this, and it's got to fit in the truck. I'm not going to like
and stick shift compatible.
You know, anything stick shift compatible, we can make an adapter.
Well,
if anybody's got something stupid they want us to put in here, we're going to sick leak with this if it works. We're not going to put it in before sick leak. But if somebody's got something stupid that they want in here, send it our way. I don't care how dumb it is either. But it's got to make good power. And it cannot be, it has to have a carburetor on it. Or the ability to. I don't care if I have to make an intake. Let's back up. It needs a distributor. Because if it's got a distributor, I can make an intake. I don't want anything that I can't put a distributor in a carb on. Unless it's a diesel. If it's a diesel, then whatever. No electronic injected diesels. If it's a diesel, I require it to be like mechanical injected.
Yeah, I have an 05 Mustang that's just sitting in the yard. That was my first car when I was 16. It's fuel injected, and it's literally the
only thing that doesn't run?
Yeah, just hanging out in the yard.
See, I thought the tune was the problem on that one, but the more I mess with it, the more I think that ain't the problem. I think it's actually broken.
That and the Saab. The Saab is our other one, and then the 7.3. Everything else we have is carbureted.
Yeah, I'm out on trying to tune EFI stuff.
Oh, and besides my motorcycle, which I want to get rid of that too. So.
Yeah. All our bikes run good. All the carbureted ones.
Carbs forever.
Yeah. Alright, so we're trying again. This is with the intake gasket flipped upside down, hopefully fixing the vacuum. I'm gonna start it again, and we're gonna see if our clutch, transmission, drive shaft, and rear end all work. I'm gonna push the clutch, click it in gear, and see if the drums turn. If the key switch will cooperate, because it was failing to cooperate. Yeah, let me get my jumper wire back. That's why I had a jumper wire on it. It keeps doing that. Start and then immediately shut off.
Yeah.
Alright. Now we got something. I'm happy with that. We might actually drive this to Christmas. And so far it hasn't got hot. It's like 130 degrees. We gotta put the windshield on it. And I gotta fix the throttle pedal.
And wheels, tires.
We're still in the wheels and tires off something. Corvette, Monte Carlo. Chevy pattern, so something with Chevy wheels. Are they gonna be the Corvette or the Monte Carlo? That's
Just
a Dodge.
Sorry, customer car. Sorry, Mark, if you're watching this. No, I'm just kidding.
We gotta tighten all our suspension. All of the suspension bolts are loose.
And this isn't bolted down. I don't really want to lose it for now.
Yeah, instead of going for a run tomorrow, you should bolt all this stuff up. You should go for a run, and then you should come back here and install all of those bolts.
Okay.
We're probably going without a hood, too. We don't have a way to hold it down.
Ratchet strapper.
It doesn't need a hood. Hoods are optional. We gotta clean this mess too. Like, we got a lot of cleaning to do.
Yeah, I don't know if you guys have. We tried to hide it, but
yeah, I had a transmission fluid spill.
It's a disaster. Just
this truck
everywhere.
is also a catch-all.
Yeah, but this is a working shop, so.
And this is a working truck.
And this is a working truck, and this is a working customer shop. So that's what happens on Friday evenings when you're in a mad rush to get stuff done.
Yeah.
It happens. And then you just clean it up and go again.
Yep.
This is why we would really like a designated customer shop and a designated shop for our personal stuff.
Yeah, that's a pipe dream, isn't it?
Or at least like 2 bays for our stuff and then 2 bays for customer stuff.
That'd be nice.
Something.
Tomorrow, we got to put the glass in and the seat in.
Yeah.
And we got to figure out a throttle pedal.
We have a
Otherwise, you're gonna
foot.
be, huh?
We have a foot.
Yeah, but it doesn't have the linkage. That's an accessory that mounts on your throttle pedal. It's not a throttle pedal.
Why can't you just take one out of the old crusty cars?
We might can if I can make something fit right.
I mean, we got a Thunderbird. We got 2 Thunderbirds.
Otherwise, you're going to be footloosing it out the window with the string. Remember from Footloose when you ran the string from the bug and he pulled the string on the roof and it revved it.
No.
His throttle cable was broke.
No, I don't remember that.
You don't remember that? We're going to rewatch Footloose. That's a good movie anyway. It's worth a rewatch. Alright. Let's go sleep.
So, we just spent the last, I don't know, probably 30 minutes or so.
2 hours.
Well, we were in between other stuff. Cleaning out the back of the truck so that got all the junk out. Got most of the stuff out from the cab. So now our plan is to put the windshield in and get rid of this ginormous box, which will be fabulous. We already got the side glass in. Caleb helped us with that one over there. I think we did this one. We do have the back glass, but we don't have gaskets for that, so we're just gonna wait on that for now. But we've got to put the front windshield in because you can't drive it like that. So that is what we're gonna do next. This windshield was the biggest pain to install. We had it out twice by the time it was all said and done. First time we had it in there, the windshield wouldn't go down all the way to fit in there. We were like, okay, it's because we ran out of soap and water and it wasn't soapy enough. So we took it out, redid it again, put more soap on there. It finally worked that time. But it was such a big relief when we finally got it in there. We didn't crack it, we didn't chip it. It was in there as one solid piece, and we were glad to have this part over and done with because it was really stressful. We can finally cross some more things off our to-do list. We got the big transmission plate cover.
Well, you're gonna have to add that to the to-do list and then cross it off.
Yeah, I don't think we ever actually had this on here, but we got that situated. It's bolted down. Now we are working on installing the pedal pads. Right now we're just gonna put them in the center. Once we get our accelerator gas pedal, give it the beans pedal in, we'll know if we need to shift the pedal pads left or right, or just leave them in the middle. This is our current dome light. Works majestically. Magnetic mounted.
That dome light's probably like staying right there and going with us on our trip. That way we always have it like close by. If we have to do any like repairs in a parking lot at night, at least we'll have a light.
Yeah. I did repaint the floor several months ago. Got all the crusties out, but now there's crusties in here again. I'll vacuum that out eventually.
And we put this plate on too.
Oh yeah, we did put the other plate on, the original plate.
The giant hole in the floor.
It's not perfect. It's kind of ugly, but it is what it is.
Here are pedal pads. Oh, we just need a throttle pedal.
Woohoo! And the shifter does work. There's neutral. First, second, third, fourth. And then reverse, you pull this.
The reverse is over there. I don't know if it's forward or down. It's down. I think. Yeah, it won't go that way at all. There it is.
This reverse is a little tricky.
We're gonna have to straighten this shifter out too. It needs to be more here.
Upright.
We want to set the seat in this thing?
Yeah, I guess so. So for right now, we're going to put in the bench seat. I don't think it was original. Whatever original seat that this had in it, we're going to put in there.
No, we're going to put it back for driving around, just running everything in. We have race seats, but we don't have sliders for them. And we're close to the same height, but I would still like to be able to move the seat around.
Then we also have seat belts. We'll need to race seat belt with 5-point harness that we'll need to install. Figure out how to install those back here.
I think they make washers to put behind seatbelt bolts that are like for seatbelt bolts, like specific. And I think we need them.
And I cleaned the windshield today. It was all stickerized, so it's nice and cleaner.
Windshield looks good, and so does our side glasses.
Yeah, all these are new. These are not new. There's a lot of overspray on this because when I painted the inside of this cab, we were going to replace these, which we still are. We have them, but we don't have the gaskets. So for now, we're just leaving them, and it's going to have overspray on there for a little bit.
Man, I like that. The window crank handle also fits the door handle. I like that because we can have one handle and put it in the console.
Oh.
There's no reason to have window cranks and door handles on both doors, or even more than one, because it's race car. Look how much weight that is in heavy metal handles.
I mean, I guess.
Chris used to do that in his Nova he rode around in. He had one handle.
I really don't care, but whatever.
It's weight. Well, this door latch is problematic, so I'm going to grease everything in here that has anything to do with this door latch. And all of the shenanigans that move. Do the same thing on the other door. Hopefully, we can make this be happy. Here, do you want to hold this? Looking like actually see what I'm doing.
And yes, the shop is still disgusting. It is turned into a swamp because it's been raining the past couple of days, which makes the floor sweat and condensate, so it's just a real disaster everywhere. Oh, sit in this seat and show them how.
Huh?
I said sit in this seat and show them how ridiculous this.
I mean, we could do that if I put it in the truck.
Well, yeah, but it's a lot brighter. Like,
yeah, it does not fit. I don't know what is going on.
Yeah, whoever on this made this, I'm like, they must have been really short. We're like average height at like 5'8", 5'7", like whatever, yeah. Right there. And this had to have been made for old PPAP. That was like 4'11".
Yeah, this is ridiculous. All right, let's put it in and see if the shifter clears it and see how like the controls. If you can even drive the truck with this seat.
Yeah.
This seat is also freaking heavy. You know, go across.
Catch it?
Catch it or something.
Yeah.
Move the flat floor, it might just slide.
I don't remember. I may have pulled it out. I don't know.
Yeah, it's going to have to go over that shifter.
Yeah. All right, let me put you guys down for a second. Maybe y'all can see.
Push that shifter into a forward gear.
Oop. Whoops.
Yeah, the shifter don't work with the Z. I didn't figure it would.
Sit in there and see if you'd even work with like, what you call it? Steering wheel.
I mean, yeah, the steering wheel is fine. Brakes are fine. Clutch is fine. Throttle would, I mean, yeah, all that's fine. The steering wheel's a little close. But...
would be perfect with an automatic. Well, maybe it goes back a little bit more.
Can't push that all the way to the back over there. There we go.
That's a little better. But you ain't getting a reverse gear, that's for sure.
No. The biggest problem is you can't sit in front of the steering wheel.
What do you mean?
The steering wheel is not centered with me. I'm sitting over the clutch pedal where it's comfortable, and I'm sideways. And we ain't fixing that.
Oh boy.
Because I can't move, the steering wheel needs to be in this cutout. Otherwise it's going to be in your lap even more. And the correct answer would have been to move all the pedals over this way. But I can't because the brake pedal would have had to have been on this side of the steering column, which is right where the throttle is.
That would have been really tight.
I could move the clutch closer, but I think we can work with that. It ain't going to be comfortable, but it'd be fine. We're checking things off the list.
So it's not much, but there are a few things we can check off the list. One of them is we'll create a half thing for seat. Just like we created a half thing for battery box, because we got to move the battery box back there. But
yeah, let's not stay in there.
But those are half check marks, so it's 50% done. And we're gonna go down here and we got the windshield done. It's installed. Pedal pads.
Pedal pads are done.
Those are done. So we got that done. Wheels and tires. Oh, we detrashed it.
Detrash.
That was a big ordeal. So that's done. Floor plates, we installed that and modified it to allow for our shifter to shift gears. And then Daniel just took care of tightening all the front end, making sure all the suspension was good, which led to us realizing how bad our Corvair steering box was, which we knew that already, but we probably need to get a better one for sure before we race, because it does have a, I guess that's a quarter round of play.
It's not quite that bad. I'll show y'all in a minute.
So that's that.
So here is the steering box, and you know, it's a little dark in there.
Here.
There we go. If you grab the front end and move it, that is play. And if you do it up here on the shaft, you can see the play. I don't know what is wrong with that box. It's supposed to be like a fresh rebuilt box. I don't know. I cannot. I've adjusted it and messed with it, and nothing changes about that box. But you can run the adjuster screw all the way in both directions and nothing changes. So I'm just gonna get a new one. Video this thing running down the road.
What's currently going on at the shop is very interesting things as we make our way to getting this out of the shop. The last two things holding us up is the throttle and wheels and tires. So I guess I'm gonna let him tell you what he did to make this work.
Well, I put the original throttle pedal assembly back in this truck, which before was held on like spaced out from the firewall with a block of wood. And I threw that away. So I had to make a new block of wood, which I split when I was drilling holes in it. So I screwed it back together with sheetrock screws, and it's in there, and I had to oblong the hole for the where it goes to the firewall just a little bit, but it's in there. I gotta make a linkage to go to the carb, and then that's done. It ain't pretty, but I'm over this thing.
I'll show you guys. There it is.
I mean, it's in there. I should have lengthened it just a touch more because it's not really in line with the carb, but that'll work.
The problem on this side is just that this isn't a flat or straight firewall. It's rounded. There's not a whole lot of space over here. And then there's not a whole lot of space over there.
The problem is we should have got a throttle pedal assembly for a cable throttle and put it in there, and it wouldn't have mattered about the flat firewall. But I'm broke. We have no money to put into this, and I don't know where we're staying for like sick week because we don't have money to pay for like hotels. So it's going bare minimum. Like, I don't care anymore. I just want this thing to go on sick week. We missed it last year.
Well, we didn't miss it last year. We
missed it in the truck.
Well, we missed it in the truck.
We ran out of time and money, and guess what? We still haven't had any more money or time.
But the truck is a little bit further along than it was last year at this point.
I need to make a linkage to hook that up, and then I got to figure out the stupid wheels and tires, and I still don't have studs for those spacers. I need to go to the parts store and figure that out.
Oh, and we found these things, courtesy of the Pontiac Tempest.
Yeah, the Tempest had screw-in breather caps that fit these valve covers perfectly. I'm very happy with that. They look crusty, but I don't care.
And there's the other one back there.
Before we go to like sick week, we got to move that battery to the back, which is going to cost $1 million to buy the battery cable to go to the front. And then I've got to buy a steering box because that one ain't going to work.
Why do we have to? Why can't you just leave the battery up there? Or does it have to be in the back? Like,
3 reasons. Number 1, that battery box ain't going to work because it's rusty.
Well, yeah, I know that part.
Number 2, I don't want that weight over the front end. Like, of all the things on this truck that like you could do wrong, hanging a battery up high right over the front end is completely stupid because it's a drag race truck that needs to be in the back. That's way too much weight to have hung over the front end and not in the back end. And number 3, it's in the way of working on that side of the engine. If you have to pull a valve cover or something, or plugs, wires, literally anything over there, that's in the way. So, it's got to go. And we probably need to put that lightweight starter on too, because it's got a big heavy starter on it that is just actively trying to eat the flywheel. And we gotta secure all this hose. Like all these hoses have gotta have like little clamps on them. So we're gonna need like a big box of self-tapping screws and a whole bunch of little like cable tie clamp things. And you can go to town with that. And we gotta tie these plug wires up somehow because they can't be in that steering shaft.
Yeah.
Honestly, if we just pull them all up here, it's really close to the header. I wish we didn't have these fancy valve covers, because what I really want to do is screw some cable clamp things through the valve covers. But I'm not going to use like self-tapping screws with the fancy valve covers.
What if we just cut them and made them the right length?
Yeah, we ain't doing all that. We can do that with that one. And I don't think I've got enough room to run this one like that. Well, they're not really the wrong length, to be honest. That's actually perfect. We can run them two there, and then I can run this one and capture or zip tie it there, and that gets them all completely off that. Plus, I really like these plug wires. They're numbered. So if you have to take them off, you don't have to pay attention to where they came from. You can just put them back.
Oh, I didn't even catch that.
Yeah, these are really nice plug wires. I do not want to mess with these. They're just long. And I've did this tons of times on my like street cars, just to cram plug wires under oil fill cabs, but that one fits a little tight. I wonder if I did this, how long it'll take it to like eat through it and start misfiring. Probably immediately. Theoretically, we could just zip tie it there. I need a piece of conduit to go over it right there where it touches the metal.
Yeah.
We're about to do this. We're about to put the one that I have studs for on the truck.
These are another, well, I guess you could say they're a swap meet find. Stevie from Bethlehem Iron and Steel out in close to Winder, Georgia, had these guys. Usually he comes to the swap meet, but they never made it to the swap meet because we bought them.
Make sure that this. Yeah, those fit.
Bring the light over so you guys can see what's going on.
Those fit. I just need to put this on the truck. I'm going to use these little 3/4 lug nuts. I don't know if I bought any. Good thing we got a low power input. Studs are just hot garbage. Yes, I know this is not tight. I just want to see what it looks like. I gotta go get more studs and lug nuts anyway.
Yeah, we haven't seen this on the ground since we did all the swapping around to the axles and everything.
That looks good. If it sits down to here, we're going to roll these fenders. Okay. We're gonna need lug studs. some more nuts. I gotta have studs for this. Didn't work. On the flip side, it's heating the tire up real nice. Didn't use enough either. Although it heated the tire up and closed the gap, it might actually like work. We're gonna try the other one and let this one burn for a minute because it's probably still burning. And I need to do that on the back side, I guess, so the gap's smaller.
You're just gonna like do it right here beside the car?
I guess. Ready? Oh, I didn't put a valve core in that one. Nor do I know where my valve core or my valve core. Here's my valve core, my valve core. Although I guess if you did it that way, you know when the fire went out.
One of the hardest parts of this build, there have been many parts.
Any build.
Or any build, is finding wheels, tires to match with the spacers, to match with the axles, and all that.
This is the part where everyone on the internet says you shouldn't be using spacers. Now, if one of y'all wants to buy me some axles that have the correct lug pattern on them, I'll stop using spacers. And no, I'm not driving this down the road with 2 lug nuts. But I only have 5 studs and 2 spacers, so I'm putting 2 on one and 3 on the other because I need this out of the center of my shop.
It's getting evicted.
Alright, front is coming down. I love that my suspension did not compress at all. Well, it compressed a little bit. Okay. Yeah, the front's going to be substantially higher than the back, because the back's got a long way to go down. And the front's staying right here. The front is stiff.
Stiff as a falcon.
Pretty stiff. Oh my.
They are brand new.
Yeah, you ain't going to be able to drive that without those little skinny tires. That is stiff with these wide tires. The ones off the Corvette never would have worked. It's stiff. Granted, these tires are slag.
Did you put antifreeze in it?
Yeah.
Like today?
Yes. Yeah, I spoke to him.
Okay. Cool.
Alright, we need to get a valve stem, I guess. Tim, you ready?
Yeah.
Them and them. Can't get it off the jack. It sat down the whatever the crap it is.
That's pretty like poopy diapered. Hashtag
I think it looks about here, but
squatted.
I wonder if I can just like throttle it and get it to roll itself off the front.
Now we just need to find a modern truck to park it next to. We're part of the club now.
The back may go down a little bit more too because it's still in the jack.
Oh, now she's down.
Yeah, I need to get it. It's stuck on the jack, and I'm going to try to like drive it off the jack at this point. Because I have that option.
Okay.
Oh, but first, it's Brad.
Is it?
I don't know. Brad always calls it like the pivotal points.
Battery cable. That negative cable's loose. Wiggle it. You try it.
I don't know if I did
It's the one that ain't got a bolt in it. It's loose.
Oh. Oh.
Just wiggle it once.
How's it stuck on the jack?
So it just spun, I'm assuming.
Yeah.
You're doing donuts.
You got this one wheel peeled.
Here's the problem. Oops.
Yes.
Sorry, I can't even get the GoPro.
Yeah, we just jack it up.
Slide that block of wood under that tire.
Wait.
Brittany's got it. A little tiny block of wood. Here, just stick that under that tire. And I don't think that's under the tire.
Oh. Okay, what about now? Boop.
These bed rails like they came from Ford Ranch.
I think they're from a casket or hearse, something like that.
That's
Like casket railings, like inside, is what somebody told us.
good. We have lots of suspension. Stop it! Lots of suspension in the back also. It rolled off the block. That's all the way down. I like it. That's about near perfect.
Oh, I kind of figured it was going to be higher.
You like it, Brittany?
The front's high.
Oh.
You don't want the front no higher than that. Brittany said, I figured it was going to be higher. Look, I can put, like, a baby in there.
A baby. Baby in there.
You can stand a baby in there.
I think it's because I've seen all the gassers and they're high up and this is like low and
This
like,
is not low. What are you talking about?
like the gassers that I see are like high, like there's a lot of clearance here, but they're still high up there.
That's because they're
Like high boys, but then
Yeah, I
they're
don't
up in
want
the
it
air.
like that. You're supposed to have the weight transferred to the back. This is perfect. The ones you've seen are for show. If we get the Corvette out of here, I may can just drive this out.
If you what? Oh.
I may can like do a 16 point sprint.
Oh boy.
Can you put that one under? Yeah, well, careful. Will that go under there? I'm holding the truck back. Can you flip it up and make it go under there? Lift up on the axle on that side. This is doing some real sketchy stuff. Good enough. What did that? My socket I was using as a wood block shifted and went into the jack pad.
That's always nice.
Yeah. And if it falls off the jack to the back, it's going to bend my steering. I was really trying not to do that. Alright, let's try this.
Oh, do I still need help?
Really roll on. It'll roll on.
I know that that's a city sideways for whatever reason.
You're fixing to run into the wood. Also, let me pause for a second and grab a picture. 1 second, let me get a picture.
It's the,
It'll go a little bit more.
Yeah,
Look at that,
right there.
forwards.
That's what I was talking. I was talking about the wood
Clear that,
pieces.
keep going.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah.
Continue.
I got the track. That's perfect. That is more than good.
man, a lot of wheels are sliding.
Nobody ever said the harbor freight dollies were good.
I mean, that's true. That's where I got my dolly.
The ones that ran the
Yeah, and see the sick thing about it is that was the first time I ever used them.
They were literally brand new.
I shouldn't laugh. That's kind of
Nah, it's funny. It's funny.
But I've got like 5 or 6 more, so I'm not worried about it.
Slide. There we go. We don't leave it there.
Well, I didn't have enough hands to do anything else.
Alright, this is the part where we get the sweet drive out of the shop shop.
So this is probably one of the best burnout vehicles that we've ever had. I just want to show you guys the marks because it's pretty impressive. And there's a little baby one for the other side.
Well, the baby one from this one was over there.
Yeah. It flings stuff too.
Yeah,
like when you hit that, I was like turned around so that it wouldn't hit me in the face.
Did you get it on the phone too?
I got it 3 ways.
Beautiful.
That's the end of this video. It has been over a year since we started this build. It's not our typical build. Most of the builds that we do, we just get them to run, drive, stop. We haven't ever really built anything from the ground up on camera, so this has been our first major build. As always, we thank you guys. Sorry, our cat is
attacking the
our cat is playing with a tripod. Get out of here. Apparently he didn't want us to say anything. But as always, we thank you guys for watching. Like, subscribe, comment. We have started sharing our Facebook and Instagram and TikTok links at the end of videos if you guys want to check out some of the work that we do on those social media sites. We also did a PayPal donation link under Resurrected Garage, so you can find that, and we'll link it in the next few minutes or so. Not next few minutes, at the end, so you can check that out.
It's in the description below. Just look down.
So that way we can have money to go towards our builds, go towards road trips, upgrading our camera equipment, audio equipment. All those are things that we want to do now that we've got more involved into making videos for you guys. We want to up our game. Also, something that we want to do in 2024 is we really want to do more Will It Make It Home videos. Our bus was our biggest video that we've done. We had the greatest time getting that back home and driving it. So we want to do more of that. We do have some things in the works. We do have a car that we've got to go get in the spring. Not telling you what it is, but it is 26 hours away, so we are looking forward to that.
And we are going to try to drive that one home.
Yeah.
And it's been off the road for years.
So that's going to take some money saving it up. We have purchased the car, but we've got to start saving up money so that we can get out there and then drive it back. But that's kind of the stuff that we're looking forward to doing in 2024. Maybe even some motorcycle camping trips. That's something that we want to do, some more off-road stuff. So just kind of a mixture of stuff, but that's some hints at what's hopefully to come.
We're also trying real hard to take less mundane customer work at the shop because we really just want to do builds and do YouTube stuff for you guys. So we're kind of stepping that direction, trying to go more all in with the YouTube and less with doing coil packs on Honda Civics and trash like that, because it's really boring and mundane and no one wants to watch it, so I can't film it.
But we will catch you guys on the next one.
Wow.
This is our cat. This is the culprit to our tripod shaking. He's a hefty boy, aren't you?
He's well fed.
What? Me? I didn't do anything.
Wow.